Ravens Rundown coming up in just a few moments from right now. But before we do, want to make sure that you join the family here at the Rundown as we're covering the latest Ravens news, rumors, trades, free agency, and more here on the channel. Subscribe now, youtube.com/RavensTV, and turn on notifications as well so you never miss a moment. We are closing in on 7,000 subscribers here on Ravens Rundown. We are just over 100 away. So go ahead and subscribe now if you haven't already. Make sure your fellow Ravens fans subscribe as well, and we'll get started with today's show. It is the Ravens Rundown, and it is presented by Aura, the all-in-one digital safety company. Start your free 14-day trial now at aura.com/chatsports. On today's show, we will go over the latest Baltimore Ravens winners and losers from last night's performance against the Arizona Cardinals. It was a really good night for the Ravens, their 22nd preseason win in a row, an NFL record. And right now, let's go ahead and take a look at the box score from last night. You can see Tyler Huntley was spectacular with only one incompletion, hitting on his first 8 passes. Isaiah Likely was awesome last night with 8 receptions for 100 yards and a touchdown in the Ravens win. And that's where we start on our winners list, is with Isaiah Likely. An absolutely dominant affair the rookie tight end had. And he's been put as one of the training camp stars, and he lived up to it last night. He was just terrific. I mean, the numbers that he put up, 8 receptions, 100 yards, and a touchdown, you would love to see that. You'd be excited in a regular season game, and he did that in one half of football last night. He was just terrific. I loved everything I saw from Isaiah Likely. And with the concerns at the receiver position, Isaiah Likely, I think, makes those concerns feel a lot better because he plays the tight end position looking like a wide receiver. His route running was terrific. His yards after catch, the way that he was able to make moves, he was terrific. I'm excited to see what this guy brings to the table. We're just getting started with Isaiah Likely, and he was great last night. And as good as this Ravens rookie class is, last night, he looked like the best Ravens rookie, including with Kyle Hamilton and others on this roster. So with that said, I know he was a 4th-round selection, but this has been the best rookie so far for the Ravens in the preseason. Is Isaiah Likely the best Ravens rookie of this group? It would have sounded crazy to say back when the draft happened in April, but the way things have played out, Likely's been terrific. Is he the Ravens' best rookie? This is our pinned comment today. You might get an ad break. If so, take advantage of it and get your votes in. Let me know if Isaiah Likely is the best among this really good Ravens rookie class. Y for yes, in for no. Let me know. Couple other winners. You can't mention Isaiah Likely without talking about Tyler Huntley. And we mentioned his statistics last night, 13 of 14 for 129 yards and a touchdown. But that was just picking up from where he left off from the first preseason game against the Titans. Over the past 2 games, Huntley has completed 90.6% of his passes for 238 yards and 2 touchdowns. And now I think you're looking at Tyler Huntley making a case for being the best backup quarterback in the National Football League. That's how good he's looked. And if something were to happen to Lamar Jackson, if there's an injury of some sorts, I think if you're the Ravens, you feel perfectly comfortable going to Tyler Huntley if you need to for a game or two. That he knows this offense, that he can excel in it, and that this offense can still perform at a high level with him under center. I loved what I saw from him. He was terrific for the Ravens on Sunday night. A few more names for you. Let's get to Malik Harrison now. Malik Harrison, the linebacker, stuffed the Cardinals on the goal line twice with touchdown-saving tackles. It's the second time that he's flashed this preseason after forcing a fumble against the Tennessee Titans. He's looked really good. 5 tackles, half a sack, and 1 tackle for loss. Also on the list, Kyle Fuller had the much-needed breakout performance for the veteran corner with an interception grab, and he's been criticized a lot throughout training camp for the lack of plays made in practice, but Fuller put a lot of that to bed with the interception that he had on Trace McSorley, the former Ravens quarterback. And now I think that play and what he was able to do was very beneficial towards kind of silencing those critics right now. I loved what I saw from Kyle Fuller. One more winner for you from the Ravens, and that is Damarion Williams, also known as Pepe Williams. 1 tackle, 1 interception. The rookie dropped an interception in his first preseason game against Tennessee, but he got a chance to redeem himself and took it. And he had quite a nice return, too, going 29 yards on that interception return. He's shown a lot of growth throughout training camp and throughout the preseason. That was a big step for him. We know that the Ravens cornerback room, the secondary, is loaded, and Pepe Williams has made his case for why he deserves some playing time this season for the Ravens. So I liked what I saw from him. So a lot of positives to take away from the Ravens' 24-17 win. So now the easy part. Name a winner for the Ravens' win against the Cardinals. You have a lot of names to choose from. Those 5 names we spotlighted, but there's plenty more that you can choose from as well. Let us know in the comments section one name that was a winner for you for the Ravens on Sunday night. Today's show is presented by Aura, the all-in-one digital safety company. You can do more online than ever, and Aura does more to keep you safe. You can get near real-time alerts on suspicious credit inquiries, shop, bank, work online more safely and privately with Aura. And here's what we're offering viewers of the Ravens Rundown. You can start a free 14-day trial now at aura.com/chatsports. It's a deal only for Ravens Rundown viewers. And I got to tell you, with Aura, whether you want to protect yourself on the dark web or if you want to just protect yourself at a big box store, they have you covered either way. All shapes and sizes, and they have your family covered as well. You can have up to 5 people on one account. So yourself, mom and dad, brother, everyone's covered with Aura. Start your free 14-day trial now at aura.com/chatsports. Now let's go to the losers. We begin with Travis Jones, and Travis Jones had a good game. He's not a loser on here for performance. It's the unfortunate circumstances for Travis Jones that find him on this list today, as he's out for the remainder of the preseason with a leg injury. And, you know, it's one thing getting injured. It's another getting injured in the preseason. It looks like this could have been worse than what it was, but it's unfortunate for him. I mean, he played well, generated interior pressure on numerous plays. He did draw a penalty where his face mask came into contact with the quarterbacks, drawing an eye-rolling flag from the officials. But nonetheless, Travis Jones makes the loser list today. Also, Shemar Bridges. I've been talking about him all week after the terrific debut he had against the Tennessee Titans, and he left a lot to be desired. I was expecting more in his second preseason game, but the undrafted rookie was kind of MIA. He had just 1 catch for 8 yards and did not live up to the hype that we built up from that first preseason game. Bridges still competing for a roster spot, kind of a letdown game after as good as he played against Tennessee for the former D2 product from Fort Valley State College. Also on the list, offensive lineman Tyre Phillips. It was not good when you break these things down for Tyre Phillips. 3 penalties, which included 2 false starts, and an eligible man downfield penalty called on Phillips. I mean, all the flags were headed towards Tyre Phillips' direction. It was not a good night for Tyre Phillips on that front. Another loser for you, a couple more. Brandon Stephens at the cornerback position. Stephens led the Ravens in tackles with 6, but that doesn't tell the whole story for Brandon Phillips. He drew an unnecessary roughness penalty on the first snap of the game and was picked on a few times in coverage. He also ended up during kickoff coverage early in the game. So not a good night for Brandon Stephens, despite leading the Ravens in tackles there with the blown coverages and the mistakes that he made with that unnecessary roughness penalty. Last one for you, Daryl Worley at corner, also trying to compete to make the 53-man roster. Missed a big tackle that allowed a touchdown and appeared to be struggling in coverage. After an interception in the first preseason game, he needed to follow that up with another strong performance last night and really just did not cash in. So a missed opportunity for Daryl Worley there. So there you have it. That's our winners and losers for preseason week number 2. Name a loser for the Ravens in their win against the Cardinals. Whether it was one of the names we mentioned or someone else that comes to mind, let us know in the comments section a loser for the Ravens in their win last night against the Cardinals. To recap before we go, here is a look at the winners and losers one more time. The Ravens winners include Isaiah Likely, Tyler Huntley, Malik Harrison, Kyle Fuller, and Damarion Pepe Williams. The losers list includes Travis Jones, Shemar Bridges, Tyre Phillips, Brandon Stephens, and Daryl Worley. So there you have it for our winners and losers after the win against the Arizona Cardinals. Thanks for joining us here on the Ravens Rundown. If you made it to the end of today's show, that means you're a real one. So thank you to the real ones out there. Spam flock if you are here at the end of the show, and we'll see you next time here on the Ravens Rundown.